So you're standing in front of a locked door. You're banging on it over and over and over again. You're kicking it, you're pushing it, you're pounding on it. You're exhausted, your energy is drained, and you're ready to give up. Yet you're still so convinced that this is the only way to open the door. That is how I would compare living in survival mode. So many of us are living this way, thinking that the only way to move forward is to push harder and to do more. Survival mode feels like constant overwhelm and constant overthinking. Constantly thinking, what's next? What now? What should I be doing? I have to do this and I have to do that. What about this and what about that? You're overthinking 24/7. You can't give your mind a break. You're always on edge, worrying about every little thing. You feel like you have to get everything done, but somehow, no matter how hard you try, nothing gets done. You take care of everyone and you're constantly overgiving. To your job, to your friends, your family, and even your kids. And you've filled your mind so much that one little thing can set you over the edge. You feel like you can't give in the ways that you want to, and you end up letting people down, especially yourself. You have no time for yourself, and your life has become unfulfilling. You're doing the same things over again, day after day after day, and it all becomes a blur. You think, I should work harder, I should take on more, and then maybe this thing that I'm wanting to happen will happen. But now you're burnt out and you're drained, physically, mentally, spiritually. Things start to pile on top of each other and it consumes you. Until one day, you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't even recognize yourself anymore. You've become so completely disconnected from who you are. Your goals and dreams have become distant memories, and you're not satisfied with where you are. That's where I was not too long ago. The person that I was and wanted to be had been neglected. I completely abandoned myself. I abandoned her and I shut her out, and I didn't even realize it. I dropped out of nursing school that my parents were paying for. I ended my 5-year-long relationship. I was so focused on surviving and doing more. My anxiety was so bad. It was at an all-time high. I ended up finding ways to cope. Unhealthy ways. I was drinking a lot. I was smoking. I was vaping. I was partying. I was eating terrible. I don't think I ever cooked myself a meal. It was either frozen food or DoorDash. I didn't go to the gym, and whenever I tried, I would walk in and walk right back out. I locked and hid myself away in my room for years. And I did go to therapy. I did get put on several medications, and I will say that having someone to talk to in therapy was extremely helpful, and getting resources that way, just feeling supported by someone. But I still kept kicking and banging on that door, waiting for it to open, and it never did. Okay, so what if I told you that the door was never really locked? You just didn't have the right key. In Romans chapter 12, verse 2, it says, "Do not be conformed to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." God is talking about alignment, the renewal of your mind. Alignment is shifting out of those worldly patterns, which is survival mode, and into a spiritual flow. It's stepping out of those old patterns, the old patterns of overthinking, hustling, controlling, overgiving, and stepping into that connection with source. Alignment is acting from intuition, from flow, from your feminine energy, and from trust. When you renew your mind, you stop pounding and waiting for that door to open. You realize the path was already there. It was always there, and life starts to move towards you instead of you running after it, and the right doors open for you effortlessly. Survival mode is that force. Survival mode is that pounding and pleading on the door, and alignment is that ease, it opening effortlessly for you. So why does this even matter? Well, the cost of staying in survival mode is your health, your purpose, your relationships, your creativity. You will neglect these things. And before you know it, you're fat, broke, lonely, and depressed. If you feel called out, you're probably being called out, and I say this with love. because I want you to become the woman that you dream of becoming. You don't serve anyone by being broke, lonely, and depressed. You can't help yourself, you can't help your family, you can't help the people that need you. When we tap into the gift of alignment, your energy stops leaking. Think of it like a battery running on 1%, and once you take those steps towards alignment, the battery, your energy, naturally starts replenishing itself. Naturally, yes. Naturally, by itself, by design. You feel more alive, present, vibrant, and more capable without draining yourself. Clarity will come. Alignment clears the mental fog. When you're no longer caught in this cycle of survival, you start seeing the bigger picture. Decisions that used to feel overwhelming will now feel obvious. Your intuition sharpens and your priorities start falling into place. You will be able to naturally know what actions to take. When you're aligned, life starts to flow towards you instead of you chasing life. Those opportunities you wanted, those friends you desire, the boyfriend you want, the experiences you've dreamed of, like traveling, buying a house, getting married. What you've been struggling to force suddenly appears with ease, like a magnet. We want to be magnets around here. We want to attract. And it's not magic, it's the natural energy of law. We're all created from energy, and we have certain frequencies and vibrations. And whatever frequency and vibration we're on, that's what we're going to attract. Those things that also have the same vibration, we're going to attract those things. So if we're down here, we're going to attract down here things. But if we're up here, we're going to attract abundant things. Things we probably can't even comprehend at this stage of our life. When your frequency matches your purpose and desires, the universe will respond. Think of it like a radio. When you're out of alignment, all you hear is static. When you tune in to the right frequency, suddenly the signal becomes crystal clear. You can hear the music. The connection to self and the opportunities come effortlessly, like I said, like a magnet. Okay, so we talked about the door and we talked about the key, but how do we actually use the key? We have to ask ourselves, is this something that I'm pushing or am I flowing? Is this something that's coming towards me? This is for when making decisions. This will probably be the biggest change to stop your energy from leaking, and you will feel it instantaneously. And this applies to all facets of life. Jobs, relationships, what to eat, going to the gym, hanging out and doing this certain activity with people, going to parties or whatever it may be. Stop and pause and ask yourself, am I pushing or am I flowing? Everything that we do is a choice and a decision. So this is something that you can do right now, today, multiple times, and already start to feel your energy shift. We also need to reconnect and discover ourselves. Give yourselves moments to just breathe and think. You can journal about situations, past, present, or future. Get it out on paper. Visualize it. Try new things or try things you used to like. Sometimes we no longer resonate with old music that we used to listen to, or old TV shows that we used to watch, or even old hobbies that we used to do. Ground yourself in the present. This is something that's really helped me, that is said by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I am no one, no thing, no body, nowhere, in no time. Use that mantra to shake off circumstances that you've created in your mind. Follow those nudges that you have. Don't do things out of pressure. Listen to that little voice that you have. It's there to guide you. It's called your intuition. Move towards expansion, not what's draining. Reevaluate your friendships, boyfriends, jobs, health decisions, your finances. If it feels draining and not overflowing, then it's probably not in alignment. Going off of the Dr. Joe Dispenza mantra, I actually want to share some books that have extremely helped me. My camera is about to die. Okay, so we have The Body Keeps the Score. This is great for healing of trauma. This book is extremely helpful in understanding how trauma not only affects your mind, but your physical body. This book has single-handedly helped me understand my wounds and how to heal them. Boundaries. It says right here in the corner, when to say yes, how to say no, to take control of your life. This book is exactly that. I know there's another book called Boundaries in Dating, I believe. I haven't read that one, but this one changed my life. Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. This book is has been extremely helpful on meditations and how to rewire your brain and your beliefs to exceed the limits of what we think we can do. Next we have In the Flow. This is a cycle syncing book. This has been extremely helpful in syncing my cycle. And that's important to me because I have severe PMS and PMDD. This has helped my symptoms dramatically. Then we have Conscious Loving. This book single-handedly healed my anxious attachment style and codependency. So the gift of alignment isn't just comfort and ease, it's a power. Your energy returns, your mind clears, and life starts showing up exactly as it should. That's what survival mode has stolen from you. So the next time you catch yourself banging on a locked door, you don't need to force it open. You need the right key. When you find alignment, the door doesn't just slowly open, it bursts wide open, inviting you in. If you ladies found this video helpful and want to continue to create the reality you know you deserve and tap into your feminine energy, subscribe down below and comment something that you've forced in this past year. Thank you. Bye.